is Raine from Raine Travels, and for today's video, we are going to discuss one of the visa requirements, which is the flight reservation. So I'm going to show you 3 different ways with which I reserve my flights. Are you ready? Let's go. Step 1. Determine the country or countries that you would like to visit. For the purpose of this video, we are going to be visiting my favorite country, Switzerland. Step 2. Determine when you'd like to visit and how long your visit will be. Be a long vacation or will it be for just a week? For this video, we are going to be visiting Switzerland for 14 days. So that's enough to go around some parts of the country. Step 3. Use a flight aggregate tool. So this flight aggregate tool will help you see all the flights on specific dates that you choose. There are several flight aggregate tools, but the ones that I use are the following: Kayak, Opodo, GoToGate, and Google Flights. Since the start of the pandemic, I find that Google Flights is the one that is more reliable in terms of the price and the cancellation details as well. So going with Google Flights, you can input where you'll be going and the date. So for this one, it's a multi-city tool, and the next you will be able to see the best flights going in and out of the country. So in this case, we have the Turkish Airlines, which is good for 697 Swiss francs, or that's around roughly $700 US. Next step, step 4, check the type of flight itinerary that you need. For the Schengen Visa, there are actually 2 types of flight itinerary or flight reservation that you would need depending on the embassy. The type 1 would be a flight reservation. So this is from the Swiss Embassy in Manila. So according to this one, a flight reservation includes the name of the applicant or applicants, the passenger registration number or the PRN or reservation number. It should be a round-trip ticket, and if applicable, you should also have proof of intra-Schengen flights or your itinerary by a train or car rental. Take note, you are not to buy an airline ticket yet. Type 2 is a flight itinerary. So with this kind of reservation or itinerary, you just need to provide the details of your travel. So this specific one was from the German embassy. You have to make sure that you check the checklist, or you go over the checklist and see whether you need a flight reservation or flight itinerary. Now, once you know which type you're going to get, let's go to step 5. So step 5 is to reserve your flight. So here I am going to give you 3 options on how to reserve your flight. The first 2 options will be for a flight reservation with a unique passenger reference number or reservation number. Option number 1 is referred to as hold the price or hold the fare option. In this particular video on the side, you will see how I reserve with Turkish Airline. So for the hold the price option, you can pay $20 US and pay the rest of the amount later. So I think it ranges from $20, $30 to $45 US. Here you are reserving the flight for a specific number of days from 2 to 7 days. With the hold the price option, you will receive an email stating that the company or the airline has held your fare. Take note, this is done in the airline's website. So option number 2 is pay at a local office. Now this is true for Emirates flights. So I'm not sure if it's also available in other countries, but in the Philippines, they have the option to pay at a local office. Here, you will not be actually spending any money on the reservation unless you go to the local office and pay for the whole thing, or the whole flight rather. With the pay at a local office option, you will be receiving an email just like this. It will say your booking is reserved and you have until a specific date to pay for that particular booking. For both option 1 and option 2, you can check your reservation by going over the booking references and go to the airline website, click on Manage Booking, input the booking reference and your surname, and you will come up with this one. So this is a verifiable ticket. It's not a dummy ticket, okay? This is a verifiable one. This is a real ticket. Now, for option number 3, if you will be traveling, let's say, or you'll be applying with Germany, which only would want a flight itinerary, what you can do is screen grab the flight details or your chosen flight details, just like here. Since it's just a screen grab, what I usually do is put a header on the flight itinerary. So I make it in Google Doc, put a header, and add the flight itinerary. As simple as that, but it makes it look more formal. So those are the 3 options. Again, you have 3 options. Option number 1 would be the hold the price option. Option number 2, pay at a local office. This is true for Emirates flights. And option number 3 would be to screen grab the flight details. As an alternative, you can actually track the ticket prices with a flight aggregate tool that you have. So with this one, looking at google.com, you can click on track prices here. You can tick that off and it will go to your email and alert you when the prices have gone down or if the prices have gone up before you can reserve or even pay for an actual flight ticket. So here are some travel tips. Before reserving a flight, double check the dates. There are instances when I have already paid for flights and then the travel dates were wrong. So it will be difficult to go back and have refunds and change booking and so on. Travel tip number 2, if you need a flight reservation, so if you're going with option 1 and option 2, reserve the flight a day before your biometrics appointment with BFS so that the BFS personnel and the embassy personnel can actually check your flight reservation. Travel tip number 3, read on transit rules. Since the onset of the pandemic, some countries, for example, Taiwan, does not allow transit passengers yet. So please do make sure to check the different transit routes. So that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe and watch out for the next videos. Bye!